they look as though they're going to be a threat again from this set piece.
Well, from the only other corner they've had in the game, they scored. Pimenta. One of the heavyweights is still in the penalty, and Chenery was only a couple of inches away from scoring his second from a set piece.
Great ball in again from Tilson, outside of his left foot. He put a super ball in there, and it could have easily been 2-0.
Chenery was there, he got the head up. Fortunately for Forest Green, there was a defender there to stop his route. It was Gregory who had the follow-up shot. Clark walks it into the sunshine. Duffy, Chenery. Lockwood, who joined the club on loan from Reading, he's replaced Leon Court, who's gone back to Millwall. Leon Court, the brother of Carl. It was a great debt of gratitude from Forest Green to Leon and to Millwall. As part of their fight against relegation, their successful fight. Duffy gets it out, a man who has won the trophy. For Northwich Victoria.
Forest Green aren't the biggest of sides up front. Beecham or Foster are particularly strong physical players, so they've got to get the ball down on the floor or get better service to them, and so far that's been a bit of disappointment. There hasn't been enough quality balls into the front players.
Free kick to Forest Green. They've had a number of set pieces, and so far they haven't capitalised upon them at their ground.
No, they've been disappointing, the delivery. There's not been too inventive from them yet, but there's another opportunity to put something in the box. And they've certainly got the players in there, people like Slater and Drysdale, who can produce good free kicks, good quality.
Goalkeeper leaves it, and it's good strong defending. I think it was Bodley who guided the ball out of play.
That was a great ball in. I thought, was it Clark? I thought he was going to get on the end of it, but it wasn't to be. But it was a very good delivery from Slater. Sort of area you want the ball to go in. In fact, it was Foster that was muscled out of it.
Lockwood to Perrin. Tilson. Towards header, Pimenta. Gregory.
It's quite warm out there, and I just wonder whether one or two of the players are feeling the pace of it.
Unlike the Millennium Stadium yesterday, there's not a great deal of shade at Villa Park. But he gets into full flight. He's an almost impossible man to stop. Drysdale. Clark. Now Stimson set out training on Thursday night to get himself into tip-top shape for the final. Canvey Island, despite their marathon end to the season when they had 13 games in 18 days, are looking fit and sharp and mentally superbly prepared.
They certainly look the better of the two sides at the moment.
That's onside, but Steve Ward, school teacher by day, star centre-half by weekend. Foster. What a freedom for Slater, but he fell into the trap that was set for him by Ward. Kennedy, Stimson.
Canvey Island have defended very well. They've got very experienced, 3 central defenders in there, and they're doing the jobs extremely well. They're not giving the front players of Forest Green too much room at all.
Header away by Duffy, who really has kept Tony Daly quiet so far. The heat is getting to some. Of course, it's an impressive day of football on Sky Sports today. Stay tuned for Birmingham against Preston this afternoon. Build-up starts 2:30. Sky Sports 1, and of course on Sky Sports Extra as well. Armenta. The shot by Vaughan. The cushion to the goalkeeper, who quickly transfers the pressure. Now Meacham. Chance for Foster. Takes his time. And again, wonderful regrouping by Canvey Island.
They certainly got goal side of the ball very quickly then and needed to, but I thought Adi Foster would have hit that one a little bit earlier. He had the opportunity. It looked as though he was going to pull the trigger a stride or two earlier, but didn't, and in the end, Canvey blocked the shot.
The goalkeeper comes right to the periphery of his area. Most of the players get the summer off. He's going to be playing cricket. He's the wicket-keeper for Wiltshire in the minor leagues. Now Meacham. Is that a foul? The referee looks to his assistant for support. Flag stays down. Merely a throw.
Coming up to half-time, I would think David Norton and Nigel Spink will be wondering what they can do during the interval to change things. They've looked quite lethargic, the team. Not coped with the 2 front players from Canvey Island particularly well. Gregory's won 1 or 2 headers that really defenders should have dealt with. They've not got anything going in midfield, and unfortunately they've not caused Canvey too many problems at the back. They've got 1 or 2 changes they could make. Frankie Bennett's caused problems for us when we played them in the semi-finals. Possibility they could throw him on.
That was a nasty challenge from Kennedy. Completely floored Drysdale. Accepts his apology. It was meaty.
Just a little bit late, wasn't it? But players get up and get on with it. Apologies accepted.
I think, to be fair to Drysdale, there, who you may remember was booked earlier in the game, he talked the referee out of the yellow card for young Kennedy.
Oh, that's good to see. It's good sporting behaviour, that. You don't want to see players getting each other booked, which is often happening in the game now. Players want yellow cards produced. The referee's been very sensible over that one. Trigger! Trigger!
Drysdale deep into enemy territory. Clark and the central defenders are playing as centre forwards at the moment as Forest Green chase the game. They haven't utilised the dancing winger Tony Daly. Away he goes. Flash of that pace switch won him 7 England caps. A regular under Graham Taylor.
Duffy did quite well then, just held him up, didn't dive in, waited for his opportunity, and then even got the throw in. Done quite well there, the defender. He'll have been told that, don't dive in against Tony Daly, otherwise of course you'll have problems. Just stay on your feet and shepherd him away from goal.
Just wondering, Tony Daly has hugged the right touchline, whether it would be a consideration to move wings, to switch wings, to get a bit more luck, Graham.
Well, we understood he was having a free roll and could pop up where his experience told him, and so far he's just stayed down that right-hand touchline and not really been an influence on the game.
Foster. Drysdale. And it dips into the unhappy Forest Green supporters behind the goal of Ashley Harrison.
Well, that's amazing, isn't it? You get to this level, Drysdale, very experienced players, put a couple of crosses now behind the goal. It's the last thing you would expect from him. Played in these sort of occasions before, grounds like this before, and you know, it's probably been that he's been injured for quite some time, missed a lot of training, and that might have contributed to his problem with his crossing at the moment.
Burns. Flick from A.D. Foster. Chenery. Scoring hero. Sorry.
They've just had a little spell, Forest Green, where they're starting to pick the bits and pieces up in midfield. They've probably spent the last 3 or 4 minutes in the Canvey half. Although they've not delivered any threatening balls, at least now they're getting a little bit of possession and getting the feel of the ball.
Well, the happier manager of the two is down at touchline level. Jeff King is with Bryn Law.
Jeff, everything pretty much, I'm sure, going according to plan at the moment, isn't it?
Well, we're winning, if that's going to plan. Yeah, they're playing totally different to the way we play. They want to play long ball. We don't.
There's a slip. Vaughan is away. Great tackle from Lockwood. Clean and concise.
Good tackle.
What a great tackle that was. Cousins made a mistake, and it was his covering defender, Lockwood, who really was a superb tackle to get him out of trouble.
We'll hear again from Jeff King later on. We almost had the manager commentating on a goal for his own side then. We had to cut the microphone before he got a little too carried away. He's a Barry Fry type character, Jeff King. He's the manager of the club.
Well, he must be very, very proud of what the team has achieved this season. It really has been a great achievement to have got to the final. But to be fair to Jetty, he's assembled a very good squad of players here, a very experienced squad of players, and they've knocked some very good conference teams out of the trophy this season.
Well, Forest Green have joint managers, and it's a partnership at Canvey Island. Jeff King is the manager, the motivator, the money man. All of the training is taken by Glenn Pennyfather, former South End midfielder. There's another slip. A great tackle a moment ago from Lockwood. Could have been 2-0 had he not slid in. An accurate intervention.
Well, they'll need to get into the dressing room, Forest Green, and get themselves settled down and sort 1 or 2 problems that they've got out. I think they've got to get a little bit tighter to Canvey Island all over the park. They've got to try and get on the ball and just get a feel of it and get that confidence from stringing a few passes together, and then seeing if they can't get 1 or 2 quality balls into the front players or Tony Daly on the ball. But we would have liked to have seen Tony Daly playing in a more freer role. He has been tied down to that touchline, and as a result he's played very little part in the first half.
Tony Daly yet to be fully unleashed. Final 5 minutes of the first half. Lockwood up from the back. Meechan tries to get there. The goalkeeper Harrison wins the race, but he fumbles it for a corner.
Well, the goalkeeper felt he was foul there, but I think it was Meechan that stuck at him and got his side a corner. Can they get something now before half time?
Again, the congested penalty area as Lockwood goes up, but the youngster throwing his weight around.
Again, Canvey Island, the defenders there dealt with that very well. Under a little bit of pressure from Lockwood, they've got the free kick, but they do look very solid at the back. They've not made too many mistakes.
Single goal so far, but it's a fine advert for non-league football. 2 pleasant clubs who have big ambitions. Canvey Island may be in the Ryman's League, but they feel they would have got promotion to the Conference had it not been for their success in the FA Cup and in the FA Trophy. They finished second behind Farnborough, who will be in the upper tier of the non-league pyramid next season. Stimson has won most of the battles in midfield. He used his experience. He's been held back by his teammates.
Yeah, they'll be very, very pleased with this first 45 minutes, Canvey Island. They've protected the goalkeeper very well. I don't think he's had too many saves to make, and generally run the game. They've been in control and caused Forest Green one or two anxious moments. Might have been further ahead than just the one goal.
Clark. Stimson for Canvey Island. And by Bodley. This is Kennedy. Armenta. Kennedy and Armenta, two of the younger players in the Canvey team, have a fine understanding on the right. There's Stimson. Armenta. Good solid challenge from Rob Cousins, the England semi-professional international. There's a high kick from Slater. He's finding it difficult to come to terms with the hot conditions. It's Forest Green who are doing all of the running, all of the chasing in the sweltering sunshine.
It's amazing how tired you do feel when you're not getting a touch of the ball. All you're doing is chasing around, trying to win it back. And then what they've done as soon as they've won it back, they've generally given it away again. So that's hard work for them in this very hot day.
Canvey scored from a set piece. A lot of movement in the penalty area again this time. Clark has things sorted out. Led by Drysdale. Offside. It may well come down to the man management during the break. There's going to be 2 minutes of stoppage time in the first half. I have an understanding, David Norton and Nigel Spink. Spink is the teacup smasher. Norton is the philosopher, I'm told.
Sound like a couple of policemen, don't they? The nice one and the nasty guy. But they're very experienced football people. You know, they've not been in management too long, and it'll be a fair test for them now of what they say to the players, how they're going to sort it out. It's where the manager really earns his money. They've got to go in there and change it somehow, because so far Canvey Island have been very comfortable.
Well, we can sit on our lofty perch here, but what would you be saying to the two teams down there during the break?
Well, I think that Forest Green have certainly got to step the tempo up. I would expect the central defenders to deal with the front two a lot better, particularly Gregory in the air. Midfield players have got to push on another 5 or 6 yards and see whether they can win one or two of the knockdowns.
It's Vaughan on the chase. Lockwood, who sorts things out. Cleared by Clark.
And I can't see the merits of leaving Tony Daly stuck against the touchline. His contribution hasn't been very much at all. I would, if we're going to play him, we might as well give him a free roll and let him run about the park and see whether he can get on the ball.
Am I right in thinking against you in the semi-finals they swapped wings with him at half-time?
They did in the first leg. In the second one, it was Bennett that caused us a lot of the problems. He's on the bench. He's an alternative. He's got a lot of experience and he's got a lot of pace, and I could quite easily imagine that they would throw him on for the second half.
There's not a great deal of depth to the Forest Green squad.
Not when you take out their cup-tied players, or players that aren't eligible to play today. I think they signed 7 just before the deadline to get themselves out of trouble, and most of them weren't qualified to play in these games.
That's right, they're missing 6 players from their squad, ineligible for today. On the bench there is Frankie Bennett, who played for Southampton in the Premiership. The striker is Paul Hunt, who's not fully fit, a man who made his name with Swindon Town under Glenn Hoddle and Osvaldo Ardiles, but he's been out for most of the season, hasn't scored. It'll be a big gamble to throw him in. At half-time, it's Forest Green who have the lead. I don't think you can deny the Little Islanders the big goal. Ben Chenery, the master from a set piece, left unmarked, going well for the big man Jeff King so far. A smile on his face. Half-time in the FA Trophy final. 1-0 to Canvey Island.
The First Division season's almost over. For some, their fate's uncertain. One team just 3 games from the Premiership. It's the playoffs. Can sleeping giants Birmingham finally fulfill their potential and move a step closer to the top flight? Or will Preston, the First Division new boys, achieve the remarkable with back-to-back promotion success? The First Division playoff semi-final first leg today, 2:30, Sky Sports 1 and Extra.
With hay fever, it's easy to lose your sense of proportion. You can treat the symptoms you can see, like sneezing, a runny nose, and puffy eyes. But only you can feel that groggy, blocked-up feeling inside your head. Beckenay's hay fever spray is a complete treatment because it tackles the symptoms you can see and with a little time helps clear your head as well. Beckenay's hay fever, cutting hay fever down to size.
Yours to own on video and DVD. Special Agent Malcolm Turner is going deep undercover.
Damn, you fine.
For the biggest bust of his career and one of the funniest films of the year. Big laughs and a host of hilarious extras. Martin Lawrence, Big Mama's House. Own it on video and DVD from Monday.
I was born into a new generation.
I was born into a new generation.
I was born into a new generation.
I was reborn into a new generation.
Generation D.
WorldCom.
Generation D.
Generation Digital.
Generation D isn't about the country.
Generation D isn't about culture. It's about attitude. It's about helping companies move.
From where they are.
From where they are.
From where they are to where they want to go.
From telephone services to advanced digital solutions. From the smallest business to the largest Fortune 500 company. We're one digital communications company that's working with them all.
I'm from the UK.
Je vis en France.
I come from Indonesia. Saya datang dari Indonesia.
But we speak the same language.
Digital.
WorldCom, Generation D.
I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire.
Introducing Venus from Gillette, the first razor designed to make you feel like a goddess. Protective cushion surrounds 3 blades for the closest shave ever in just 1 stroke. So close your skin stays smoother longer. And that's something all goddesses are entitled to. Now individually sealed blades are easy to store, easy to change. Venus, reveal the goddess in you.
Excuse me, I want to buy a conservatory.
Oh, sorry, she's very confused.
Home improvement loans. This way, madam.
Oh, they do insurance too.
Shouldn't you go to a bank?
Nonsense. If the Sprouts are good value, then so is their money.
I don't think it's quite that simple. She's getting on a bit.
Well, the retail sector has a loyal and regular customer base combined with a broad distribution of prime retail outlets. Factor in the low-cost acquisition through stores and the efficient back-office banking operations, and in today's volatile economic climate, you get a very competitive rate and return on your investment. Don't worry, love, you'll understand when you're older. Bye-bye.
Tesco. Every little helps.
Brian, you and your flipping DIY. Shut up. Shut up!
Can't you save money without waking up your neighbours? Stop drilling and pick up the phone. Let the AA sort out your home insurance instead of your mortgage lender, and you could save up to 100 quid.
Go on, drill through a pipe.
Call 0800 444 777.
Of course, this summer we have the Copa America to look forward to here on Sky Sports.
26 live matches between July the 11th and July the 29th, exclusive to Sky Sports Extra. But it's cup final day again, with appropriate cup final weather at Villa Park, and it's going Canvey Island's way at the moment, 1-0 at half-time against their conference opponents. 6 attempts at goal, 3 on target for Jeff King's team. They've done their bit on their big day so far, the one booking Jason Drysdale of Forest Green. Action areas of possession pretty even, but there is no doubt the better side leads at the halfway stage. Steve Burr, the Nuneaton Borough manager, is with me this afternoon. Been a very good half for Jeff's side, hasn't it?
Very good indeed. I'll be delighted with that at half-time. And they started a bit slow, both teams, but I felt that Canvey Island settled down after that 15-minute spell and started to knock the ball about quite well, really.
Is it almost fair to say that Forest Green are rather frozen on their big day up to now?
They seem to have, yeah. They seem to, you know, they've had a lot of set plays and not made the best of them. But, you know, they've got to get Tony Daly in the game a bit more, you know, and with Canvey playing 3 at the back, you know, they've got to get it down the side of them and try and exploit them from there. I mean, the back 3 for Canvey have been superb.
Yeah, Daly and Slater are the main men as far as Forest Green are concerned, and they just haven't got into it.
No, they haven't. They haven't had enough of the ball, really, and Forest Green seem to be sitting back a little bit deep, but I'm sure Nigel and David Norton will change it at half-time.
Nasty moment as far as the goal is concerned from a Forest Green defensive point of view. They didn't react initially to the short corner, and they didn't see Chenery at all from the looks of things, did they?
No, they took a short corner and a great finish on the header. He's run from quite deep and nobody's picked him up, and you know, he's put the header away superb.
What a moment for him. I bet he couldn't believe how much space he suddenly had.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. But he's got in some good areas, and you know, they've settled down Canvey and played some good football.
That gave them the obvious urge to go forward again. This was a useful opportunity as well. Didn't quite get hold of it really there.
No, it didn't drop for him, did it there?
This was another worrying moment for the Forest Green defence. Danger eventually clear, but as you can see from the highlights, all the chances at one end, and that could have been a very embarrassing own goal as well.
Could have been, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was going to head it into his own net there. Luckily for the lad, it went wide.
Another effort here from Chenery. So, what would you be saying in the Forest Green dressing room at the moment? We heard what Graham had to say. They've somehow got to reinvigor themselves, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they've got to support the front 2 more. And with Forest Green playing the 4-4-2, they've got to get wide and you know, exploit the open areas down the flanks of Canvey. But at the minute, Canvey are very much in control. The lad Tilson in the middle of the park's having an outstanding game, and he's controlling the thing in midfield.
There was a key moment just around about the half-hour mark. Tackle from Lockwood on Vaughan. If he hadn't made it as well as he did, it could easily have been 2-0. From a defensive point of view, this is quality stuff.
Terrific tackle, yeah. I mean, the lad's come across there and covered really well. And Lockwood's having a good game for Forest Green, but super tackle that is.
But presumably you still see a big chance for Forest Green in this match?
I think they've got a lot to do, you know. They've got to get people forward and support the front 2, but it's by no means over yet. You know, 1-0, anything can happen second half.
Of course, Arsenal will tell Canvey Island that after what happened in Cardiff yesterday. We're at St Andrews this afternoon, of course. Later on, the small matter of the First Division playoff semi-final first leg between Birmingham City and Preston North End. A very, very big game for both teams. But before that, the second half from Villa Park. Forest Green Rovers with it all to do, but they'll take comfort from what happened with Liverpool and Arsenal yesterday. Back with the second half in a couple of minutes.
The secret of long-lasting beauty is a zinc galvanized body and a 24-stage paint and body process. That's why the beauty of the Ford Focus is its 12-year anti-corrosion warranty and a starting price of £10,460. Ford demands a closer look.
The Disney Channel always has good stuff.
But we have busy lives and different tastes.
Disney has created 3 extra channels at no extra cost.
There's Toon Disney where I can get into my favourite cartoons whenever I want.
And Playhouse Disney, where she can play along and learn any time of the day.
If we miss something on the Disney Channel, we can see it now or later on Disney Channel +1. Now with 4 channels on Sky Digital. Disney Channel, the family just got bigger.
my day, a party was a civilized affair with a glass of sherry and nibbles, where the gentlemen wore lounge suits and the ladies something in taffeta that covered one's knees. All this modern electronic music nonsense. I'd ban it.
If you don't vote, someone else will be speaking for you. That's why everyone can now choose to vote by post in the general election. To do so, an application form must arrive at your local council by the 30th of May.
What's wrong with a good old-fashioned sing-song?
Call 08456 062 062 for a form, or see the ad in the national press.
Business as you've known it is history. We're in a brave new world with more information than you've ever seen. And if you're not part of it, you're part of the past. How do you unlock its potential? With EMC. EMC opens the door to all your information. It's the one place where you can see your information from every place. EMC, where information lives.
There's tons of different types of films, but which ones? The daddy. Horror. Wife is at home on her time. Outside there's a right and wrong, right? Giving her plenty of aggravation. What does she do? Look and learn. Musicals. English period drama. The daddy of all films is the action hero blockbuster. Bombs going off. Proper movie. So who's the daddy of all bottled beers? Evening, George. Well, that's easy, isn't it? It's got to be the original Holstein Pills. Oh, enough said.
Molto buono, eh, guys? This is great pizza. Come on. Grandma's light-thin base. Ain't that right, Grandma? And Grandma's special sauce, made with sun-ripened tomatoes. Ain't that right, Grandma? Hey, it's Grandma's secret sauce. Ain't that right, Grandma? Grandma, nice.
A sto ragazzo piace così tanto la pizza.
An Italian with delicious sauce, just like Grandma buys from Pizza Hut. Great pizzas, great times.
Colin, it's me. What you got? Come and have a look at this. Oh, what a beauty.
That's like yours.
Come and have a look at this. Come on, look at the body of that.
You look sad. Don't you ever grow up?
Yes.
At autotrader.co.uk, you'll find your perfect partner.
Tiny terrors, microscopic marauders, and mini military maneuvers.
There will be no mercy.
Little people in some very big trouble.
You are the best of the best of the few and the proud.
Good job, buddy. He's peeing on his own.
Larger-than-life teeny-weeny meanies. Small wonder that size matters. Today from 5:30 on Sky Premiere.
Plenty more live football to look forward to this afternoon. It's Birmingham and Preston from 2:30 on Sky Sports 1 and interactive on Sky Sports Extra live from St Andrews. Then from 6 on Sky Sports 1 north of the border, Hibs and Hearts, all Edinburgh. We'll stop and watch that. And from 7 on Sky Sports 3, Real Madrid and Espanyol, another tasty encounter from La Liga. But at the moment, all our eyes are on Villa Park, the FA Umbro Trophy final between Canvey Island and Forest Green Rovers. And it's Canvey Island who had their noses in front at half-time, leading by 1-0. Let's rejoin Graham Turner and Rob Palmer.
A single goal in the game. A single goal has settled the last 4 trophy finals. Will it this year? You have to say that Canvey Island have looked the better prepared team. I wonder what's gone down in the change room. Bryn Laurie's now with Nigel Spink.
Well, Nigel, harsh words at half-time? Yeah, we haven't started. We haven't affected the game at all. We haven't been active in the final third. We haven't had a shot on target. Very disappointed, and I've let them know that. You've made a change as well? Yeah, we feel like we've got to be more effective on both flanks, really. We haven't had a great deal of crosses in open play, and we're hoping now with Frankie on the right and Tony Daly on the left that we'll get that. So still plenty to play for? Well, it's 45 minutes to play for, and we haven't kicked off yet, so we're hoping it's a 1 o'clock kick-off for us. Thank you.
Nigel Spink, the joint manager of Forest Green, deciding on the change at half-time. On comes the former Southampton striker Frankie Bennett, who actually gave up a chance to play full-time football in the league to stay in the Bristol area. He's a bustling, experienced attacking player.
Well, he did a lot of damage to us in the semi-final. Went past and set up a couple of goals and scored a cracking goal, the first goal at Edgar Street in the second leg. He's still got a lot of pace. He'll go past defenders if he can get on the ball. It looks as though Tony Daly will go on the left-hand side and Frankie Bennett will go down the right-hand side. So now it's up to the midfield players of Forest Green to get the balls out to these two wide players and let them go and cause problems.
You saw there Jeff King, the manager of Canvey Island, cheerleading the supporters. Little Islanders with their nose in front. Forest Green are a battling side, a team who look doomed to relegation, never higher than 13th in the conference this season. They've shown their fighting qualities to retain their conference status. Can they turn things around at Villa Park? It's a switch of wings for the old England man, Tony Daly. A player they really do need to unleash in the second half. Jason Drysdale, the fullback who was taken off, and they've come out all guns blazing. Forest Green, confidence building catch for Ashley Harrison.
That was a good take, that. I'm sure that will do his confidence a bit of good right from the kick-off to get a catch like that in. He's not had a lot to do, and sometimes that's difficult for young keepers especially. They need to be in the action to be part of it, and he's not had a great deal to do. I'm sure he's thankful for the defenders though, but you know, as a goalkeeper he'll want to be making saves.
Duffy. Gregory was coming back from an offside position. The linesmen have swapped touch lines, maybe to get a little bit of shade during the second half.
In playing the two wide players, I think Forest Green are taking a chance. It might provide a little bit of space for both fullbacks from Canvey Island. Both look as though they want to get forward, particularly Kennedy, and I can see that causing Forest Green a problem if they're not careful.
Kennedy swarms something to chase. Carried virtually all of the Player of the Year awards to Forest Green Rovers. Supporters, players and directors all voted the goalkeeper as Player of the Season. It's been a busy man at times. Chasing the ball, Kennedy, who's looked fit and sharp to get back into full-time football, a former Ipswich man. He's a good friend and teammate of Kieran Dyer in there.